Most of the AI tools we've gotten used to, they're all about giving you answers. But what if an AI could do more than just talk? What if it could actually, do the work for you? That's the whole idea behind Manus AI. And honestly, it's a massive shift in how we should be thinking about artificial intelligence. And this right here is the core idea that really changes the game. See, most AI tools are like conversational partners, right? They give you some info, and then it's up to you to act on it. But Manus AI, it's an active participant. It's literally the difference between an AI giving you a recipe and an AI chef that's in your kitchen actually cooking the meal for you. Big difference.
So let's break this down, because this is the fundamental difference. Traditional AIs, like a chat GPT, they tell you what to do. They might give you a plan, maybe a snippet of code or some text, but at the end of the day, you're the one who has to execute it. Manus AI is totally different. It's the one actually opening the tabs, clicking the buttons, filling out those annoying forms, and sending the emails. It doesn't just hand you the plan, it executes the plan.
And this all leads us to a pretty cool new concept, the digital employee. Seriously, just think of it like hiring an assistant who's ready to go on day one. No training needed, just ready to work.
So this digital employee of yours, it works 24/7, it never calls in sick, and it just handles all those tedious tasks we all hate. Filling out forms, scheduling meetings, you name it. But here's the most powerful part, the real game changer. You don't need to know a single line of code. You just tell it what to do in plain English. That's it.
Okay, so what does this actually look like in practice? Let's start with something huge, building a business. We're talking about creating the core assets that used to cost an absolute fortune and take weeks to build. And now they can be done in minutes.
Yeah, this probably looks painfully familiar to a lot of you. Building a website the old way? What a headache. It was a multi-week process of just finding someone, then endless back and forth on designs, and spending thousands and thousands of dollars, all while just crossing your fingers that there were no delays. It was so slow and so expensive. Okay, now let's contrast that with the Manus AI way. You just describe what you want. There's this one story about a completely non-technical founder. She built a brand new website overnight. And fully integrated with Stripe payments and everything, just by telling the AI what she wanted. Come on, that is a total game changer for entrepreneurs.
Let's just pause on that for a second. A process that used to take weeks and cost you thousands of dollars can now be done in less time than it takes to watch an episode of your favorite TV show. The implications here for speed and cost, they're just staggering. Absolutely staggering.
But wait, it gets even better. This technology goes way further. We're not just talking about static websites here. No, it can build fully functional, custom applications, all from a simple prompt.
The difference is just night and day. Building a custom app the traditional way takes months, costs tens of thousands of dollars, and it's usually filled with bugs and delays. Now, you can just describe your idea, you can even upload a sketch, and have a working app in under an hour. Think about what that opens up. You can even build project-specific apps, little tools for a single campaign or event that you just set aside when you're done. Crazy. All right, so you've got your website, you've got your app. Awesome. Now let's talk about marketing. How can a tool like this help you go from that dreaded blank page to a full, thriving content pipeline?
I think this is a question every single creator, every business owner has asked themselves. That pressure to constantly come up with good content ideas, it's just exhausting, isn't it?
Well, here's the solution. You don't have to guess anymore. You can literally ask Manus AI to go out and research the top performers in your niche, identify their biggest viral hits, the real outliers, and then build you a full 30-day calendar of pre-validated ideas. And it comes complete with hooks and captions. The guesswork is just gone.
There's this famous quote from Andy Grove, the founder of Intel. Only the paranoid survive. And that perfectly sets up our next marketing use case. Because to stay on top, you have to know what your competition is doing, almost before they do it themselves.
So instead of spending hours and hours manually digging through websites and social media feeds, you can just automate the whole shebang. With a single prompt, Manus will go out and scrape competitor websites, check their reviews, scan their ad libraries, and then deliver it all back to you in a needs-structured report. It shows you exactly where the gaps are, exactly where you can differentiate your business.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about the operational side of a business. We're going to look at two of the most time-consuming tasks out there: hiring new talent and generating new leads.
Look, the traditional hiring process is just broken. It's incredibly inefficient.
You post a job, you get absolutely flooded with resumes, and then you spend days, sometimes weeks, just screening them. With an AI agent, you can slash what was once 25 hours of manual screening down to less than an hour. That's insane.
So it basically works as your own personal recruiter. It'll help you create the job description, and then it actively goes hunting for ideal candidates on platforms like LinkedIn. And it doesn't just dump a list on you. No, it ranks them by a fit score and even drafts personalized outreach messages. This lets you connect with the top talent before your competitors even know they're looking. All right, now for the sales side. Every single business has dead deals. You know what I'm talking about. Those leads that seem super promising and then, poof, they went silent. And this isn't just a small problem. We're talking about something that can be up to half of your potential revenue just sitting there, completely untouched. So instead of sending that lazy, hey, just checking an email that we all hate, Manus can actually scan your CRM or your email, find these cold leads, and draft a really smart personalized follow-up. For example, it might find a relevant article about a problem they mentioned in a past call and use that to re-engage them. It's about adding value, not just giving a generic nudge. Okay, now for the final piece. And honestly, this is a feature that feels like it's been pulled straight out of a sci-fi movie. This is about turning Manus AI into your true personal AI agent. And get this next feature is a super powerful one that a lot of users haven't even discovered yet. You can actually connect Manus to your Telegram account. What does that do? It puts a personal AI agent directly in your pocket. And I promise you, this fundamentally changes your entire relationship with the technology.
Just imagine this for a second. Every single morning, your agent looks at your calendar, understands your goals, and then proactively suggests tasks that it can handle for you. It truly becomes a dedicated partner, one that's focused on protecting your time, generating ideas, and just acting on your commands. It's like having the world's best assistant.
And that really brings us to the final and most crucial point. Just think about it. A year ago, having this level of support, a web developer, a marketer, a recruiter, and a personal assistant would have cost you a fortune, 6 figures easy. Today, it's accessible to literally anyone. The gap between people who are using these kinds of tools and those who aren't is getting wider every single day. So the only question left to ask is, which side are you on?